Dr. Keshava Rao. No, Dr. Keshava Rao. You have about 10 minutes, sir. About 10 minutes only.
Very much. This being the Women's Day, I will start requesting the ruling party here that on this day, because you have been believing in the principle of absolutism, principle of majoritism, equating is absolutism. Please, since this Rajya Sabha has already passed a women's reservation bill, and you have all that majority in that house, you also have been talking last time when we moved the bill here, you supported the bill, now let it be passed. That would be a greatest tribute to the women and expressing our solidarity. Having said that, sir, I agree with Raja, the Raja, when he said President's address and President addresses. Although the chair had some objection, he said there can't be two addresses. There has been. If Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, the President here, as a President were to speak, he would not have missed many of the issues which are currently troubling this country. A man of that stature wouldn't have forgotten to refer to intolerance. A man of that tolerance, of that stature, wouldn't have forgotten about the diversity of this nation. A man of that stature wouldn't have forgotten about the plurality of this nation and pluralism of this country. Which three of them are under attack today. I'm not trying to blame anybody. Even Dalwais, for whom I have a great respect. He said all people must go together. But he found fault with one of the traditions. If a Hindu puts two hands and says that is one thing, and we embrace people, that's another thing. Whatever it is, whatever the tradition. My friend Anand would agree with us. We in Telangana, we have not been speaking on these issues at all. We have started practicing it. That is how the TRS, for last 6 elections, not only one, all the political parties have lost their deposits. Not this is a great thing. We have started implementing what? Putting one issue of secularism. We as a state celebrate Ramzan. We as a state celebrate Christmas. We as a state celebrate the Hindu functions. And this time we gave 3 crores, and next time we intend to give 10 crores each. Now this is only to respect each other, know the traditions what the other people practice, because Hyderabad has been one of those where Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb was being practiced. No, I'm just making a references to this. Sir, today the question is, when I say intolerance, I might not be agreeing with all of them, because I also believe intolerance to intolerance per se is intolerance. I agree. I also agree with Naqvi, because I am opposed to you are returning the awards. But nonetheless, your intolerance has come to a level where men in office, men in high positions today have been speaking something which is not has crossed the tolerance level, has crossed the humanities hearing level. Now these things should have been taken note of by the government here. The Prime Minister, if he is coming here to speak, let him at least say on this day, because the entire House has expressed its concern more than 2 times, that more than 2 times or 3 times, that this thing should end. If the Prime Minister were to say that he is taking a concrete thing, like as he said, President's address, there's a Queen's address, a concrete thing which has been, of course, given up now there. If he were to come and tell us this is how this is being addressed, that would be very good, sir. Sir, I would go, I am not one which is, because the last paragraph the President said about the happenings in the House. I'm really concerned. Sir, you are in the chair now. You said I would give 10 minutes. I know you might give 1 minute more. It should not be one upmanship. What is happening here in this House is, although I have been a very senior, I have been here for very long, there is only 2 parties are being taken note of, are factored in any decision making. If you were to think of the men who are sitting in the middle, belonging to various other parties, their strength is equivalent more than that of the other parties taken out singly.
Don't get into this, you speak. Yeah. Don't get into this.
No, this is why I'm saying is, this is what President has said, that the happenings in the House should not come down to wherein you turn them into demonstration rather than discussion. Now this demonstration is coming because we are not factoring in all the people together. I also think both the leader of the House and also the leader of the opposition would take this, take note of this and take us into cognizance. Sir, having said this, now I have a very serious objection. No one here in this House, you have been a witness to this, you have been an audience and you have been a part of this. No one here has condoned what a particular person has said against India. That is, टुकड़े कर दो, उसको ये बेच दो. किसी ने नहीं किया, हर आदमी ने उसको कंडेम किया. बट कंडेम करने का ग्लोबल प्रैक्टिस मत कीजिए, हर वक्त उसी को मत रिपीट कीजिए. जैसा कि हमारा देश उतना वीक है, कोई आदमी एक पागल कहीं आके मेरे हिंदुस्तान के बारे में कुछ कह भी दिया हो, उसे देख में नहीं टूटने वाली है सर. ये कैसा मुझे याद आ रहा है, आज मैं अगर अच्छा कोई केस लड़ लूँ, if I go to a court, I defend a particular case where a person is charged with sedition, and I plead for him. Do you charge me for sedition? I have all the right to defend a person. You must have that kind of a tolerance. You must understand. This way they can come where the ideas come. You have been talking about the argumentative India. Sir, this is a country where you have a Upanishadic India. The first philosophy, first, I'm a student of philosophy. The first question is, the philosophy comes out of questioning. You question a thing, then the answer comes. So we have never said that what a particular person or a group of people have said is right, certainly condemnable. But it should not give as a room where the lawyers go and take into their hands all the powers to beat a boy. Now, having said this, sir, actually this address spoke on two issues. The issues are, as Mr. Yechuri also rightly said, this is more about poverty. You said sabka saath. Then sabka saath, sabka vikas. Then along with this, you talk about rozgar because it has to go along with it. You also talk about social. You said this, you talked about this referring to Ambedkar. Now, since you have referred to Ambedkar and quoted him saying, he stressed on political democracy. When you said Ambedkar said political democracy, perhaps President meant he did not mean constitutional democracy, which did not depend on the rules and regulations. It depended on political milieu. If you are thinking of political milieu, that brings us social justice. If that brings into regime the social justice, that is what exactly we should have addressed all the issues. What is social justice? Look at all the 26 paras which he said. Actually, there are 31 paras. We spoke about economics, poverty, whether it is agriculture or is there a water irrigation or the rozgar or whatever you take of microfinancing. All this spoke about finance. And you use the word there, financial inclusion. Sir, financial inclusion is not necessarily social inclusion. Let me clearly tell that. Social inclusion, when you have quoted Ambedkar, is something entirely different. Social inclusion is what this country needs to address first before you get into financial inclusion. I give an example. In my village or anyone's village in this country, if in a remote area, in a remote village, ask me, I will tell you, if a Chamar were to start and say Chamar's Coffee Hotel, and next is, I'm telling you that you have started laughing it also. We live that life, Mr. Galbi. I had a hotel which was a Madhya Coffee Hotel. Nobody came to that, although it was an air-conditioned hotel.
Address the chair,
I'm
sir.
giving you this. Anyhow,
Address
sir,
the chair.
now why I'm saying this, sir? See, this brings us, provokes us sometimes.
You look at
Chamar's
me.
Coffee
I will not
Hotel,
provoke you.
next to Brahmin Coffee Hotel. Where would you go? And mine is air-conditioned hotel. Chamar's Coffee Hotel. Did you go to there? I challenged this to our Chief Justice when we were, I was arguing with him before the court. Now, this social inclusion, this social justice, which you are talking about financial inclusion, I'm not undermining the financial inclusion at all. Financial inclusion is very necessary. I need money. But what is to be addressed today in this country is the social inclusion. Unfortunately, the budget, though it gave money to agriculturists, said their incomes will double. Of course, we will talk that during the budget session. I'm trying to keep it away for some time. But more than that is the social inclusion. So the President's address should have spoken more on the philosophy of the government. That is why he said, it was well worded. That is why at one stage he said, quality of governance. He did not say governance. Quality of governance is these subtleties, these nuances. So anyhow, as somebody said, you should have said Hindu or Hindu. I am not trying to go there. There are good points here and there are good points there. Sir, having said that, I would rather
You have 2 minutes more, sir.
I'll take only 1 minute, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I jump to this financial inclusion thing because I'm trying to take the suggestion from Mr. Gill. We talked about the banks. Although this should be spoken much during the budget session, the capital, the bank's capital restructuring, welcome, 70,000 you are trying to give, but it should not mean NPS are being given. What Mr. Gill referred to was about this debt recovery banks should become debt reconciliation banks as far as agriculture is concerned, because you gave a lot of focus on the agriculturists now. If the agriculturists are under focus, what is required is debt reconciliation banks will do better job than debt recovery banks. Debt Recovery Act should be there for NPAs to be recovered. When the NPAs has become 3,64,000 crores or something, which you can't imagine, I can't imagine, but they go on increasing. Nobody can stop them. Now, this being there, then you have included the presidential address of all, had included the microfinance in the name of Mudra. The finance minister is here. He knows that entirely different, but only thing for the name's sake, we have brought the microfinance into there so that it makes a big figure. But even then, there's nothing wrong in that as far as the policy issues concerned. Sir, about housing. Housing, sir, we have used the word 2022. I don't know what exactly magic there, unless it is an intent. Your intent is always welcome because you would try to give. But this is nothing new. We had a national housing and habitat policy of 1997, then we had 98, we had 2007, we had JNNURM, like this, all this. Sir, having said that, since I know there's only 30 seconds more, sir, it is out of the box I would like to tell you, not the same thing. Today is an historic day as far as Telangana is concerned, for this country is concerned. Not caring for, I would not say caring, not very much depending on the central government. The Telangana government went and met the Maharashtra government and entered into an agreement to share the Godavari waters. Because we have a Godavari and Krishna tribunal, but we thought we can give up few things, sacrifice something, understand the other, and that is how few things are being done. Same thing you have talked about in the presidential rule about the organic, about 1,800 clusters coming in. We have already 1 lakh acres being taken organic thing. I'm not trying to upmanship that we have done more. These are state subject. What I'm trying to tell you, when the president is giving his address, the state subject, where the states are doing it, they should have left, and they should have also thanked, because this government, to my mind, I firmly believe, as far as the federalism is concerned, in most of the cases, except some pinpricks here and there have been very good relations between the state and center.
Thank you.
Except a few times they have this, as I said, pinpricks, some kind of a prejudice here, some kind of favoritism there. This should be corrected with course corrections. But anyhow, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.